Good evening and welcome back. This is round 5 of the RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup by Camber and Caster. It's been a great season so far. We've seen some absolutely incredible racing. If you didn't catch the last race at Willow Springs, really amazing end to the race. We saw Lewis Holloway actually run out of fuel on the last lap, on the last corner. He was dead in the water, and Jonathan Poisson came to the rescue, pushed him wagon train style on down the road across that start-finish line. Really great to see that in motorsports and in sim racing. Fellow competitors coming out there to help their fellow drivers out. Go check that after this race, because tonight we are live, and we are live from Long Beach, the Long Beach Grand Prix in Long Beach, California. One of our favorite tracks. Used to be our local track here in San Diego up until this year when the Qualcomm course opened up for NASCAR, which we got to go check out. It was a cool course. The event itself was a little wonky, but it was a great time. It was great to see racing here in San Diego. We hope there can be more of it. It was crazy to see that out on the Navy base there, and it was a really fun time. So this week is round 5. It's our second to last round of the RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup, and we are so close to the end. This season has flown by. I'm sad to see it go. We're going to have one more race next week. Next week, we're going to wrap everything up here in San Diego at the Qualcomm course. As always, these are going to be GT3 cars. It's going to be a 20-minute qualifier, which is happening right now, followed by our 40-minute feature race. Tight field up at the top there. We see a lot of the same drivers. I think we're going to see a little bit of a change tonight. I know the Mercedes AMG GT3 that Ryan Woods has been driving and dominating in isn't really the ideal car. We're looking for a snappy mid-engine car from my experience. The McLaren, the Ferrari, but the AMG is not a slouch. You do some good lap times there. So it's going to be interesting because I believe second place. We'll show you all the standings once we hop into the broadcast booth. But should be Jonathan Pouzon behind Ryan Woods, and he's going to be in the Lamborghini, which might be the ideal car for Long Beach this week. As always, we start everything off an hour before sunset. That means we're racing into the dark, giving our drivers a nice little challenge, but in ideal conditions. We want to see some good racing. We don't want to drag them down just yet. We are going to have more seasons. We'll throw out more challenges at them, but this time, ideal conditions. The challenge is going to be the changing lighting. It's going to be a tough course, all wall, street course in the streets of downtown Long Beach. There's not a lot of room for error. There's not a lot of room for passing. People are going to be tempted to take overtakes in through the fountain, through turns like 5, maybe 6. Turn 9, 10 for sure is going to be a touchy one. You're long left-hander through that. You're kind of off throttle. The car is going to be a little bit unstable. You're just balancing it with your right foot, and it's going to be tempting. That last hairpin too, people are going to want to shove it through there. I don't think we'll see that with this field of drivers. They've been such good professionals so far. A lot of clean racing, a lot of hard racing too. So I'm excited to see this one. We're going to go ahead and send you down trackside on track as I go hit the photo booth with my co-host Damian Reyes, and we're going to watch round 5 of 6 of the RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup by Camber Caster. Let's go to trackside and see that. All right. 5th round of qualifying. We're excited for it. I hope you're excited for it. You might see an extra little graphic this week. That is our little reminder that we're going to have the Rencraft Art of Racing event here at Camber Caster in Oceanside, California. It's going to be a mix of art, racing, and tattoos. We'll have some local artists there. We'll have some open sessions on the Sims, and we're gonna have an actual tattoo artist in here giving y'all the opportunity to get real live permanent tattoos. It's gonna be a lot of race inspired flash art, so if you're in the San Diego area or Oceanside area, come and check that out. So far, let's see where we're standing. Poisson is in pole position currently. In that Lamborghini, the blue Lambo with no sponsors. If you're out there and you want to sponsor one of these drivers, Poisson is a fast, consistent, competitive driver. He could use some sponsors there. But Ryan Woods just overtook the number 1 position, 18.4. Those are going to be our 2 championship contenders here.
Okay. I think we're going to see a battle probably between those two. I think they'll be going back and forth.
Now, we also last week we didn't have Taylor Jacobs.
Look at that, already an answer for Poisson at an 18 flat.
Yeah. Taylor Jacobs is also fast. He's only 4/10 off of P2. We're only, 4/10 split from pole position as well. Good mix of cars out there. We got a Lambo, we got an AMG, a McLaren, 2 Chevys, those Corvettes, a Ferrari, another AMG, and Amethyst Reese. Once again in the Acura NSX.
Hello.
As we go to Amethyst, she's a little bit deep there.
Just a little bit. It's easy to do there.
A little deep. You want to go in tight around that hairpin. This Long Beach is all about keeping it tight. You don't want to be too loose at Long Beach, because if you're too loose, you'll end up in the wall.
And look, it's Mr. Orestes, and you notice something different this week?
What's that?
He's not blinking.
He is not blinking. If you caught us, and you should be watching every week. Last week, Sergio had some network connectivity issues, throwing a bit of drama into the works because he was battling for position with a poor connection, flashing in,
the entire race.
Out. It was stressful, man. That was fucking stressful. And I wasn't driving. I was watching, and it was stressful. Lewis Holloway, number 93 in the Camber Caster Mustang.
And there it is. Look at that. We just saw a 17.8.
That is our first 17 of the evening. I was lucky enough to have us caught up here in our pre-production process, and did a little bit of driving with the team, with the drivers there, and no one hit a 17 yet. This is the first 17 for Poisson.
And I mean, they were moving. It was a quick field. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I would imagine the track conditions are going to be relatively the same in that practice session.
Yeah.
I will say that they are already moving a lot quicker than we were moving in that practice. I spent some time in there myself.
People are finding time. It's getting later in the day. The track should be cooling down.
Well, there's a lot of corners on this track where you can roll a lot of speed.
Yeah.
And I'm actually happy that we're finally here at Long Beach. Not that I don't know Laguna Seca as well as I know Long Beach.
It's one of my
couple
favorites.
Tracks I don't know that well. This is the first track that we've been to where I feel like I can really relate to the drivers because I really understand this track well.
Well, you also got to see it in person. Damien came with us on our group trip out to Long Beach, as we do every year. As a member of Camber Caster, we do group trips out to different races, and we did Long Beach, and it was a fan-fucking-tastic time. As always, I would say one of the best race weekends in the country. I haven't been to Daytona yet. I know that's a wild party, but Long Beach is right there. Taylor Jacobs going in hot. Oh, just clips the wall. He's probably fine. Maybe a little bit of wheel damage. He was carrying a lot of speed into that corner, and that's just an example of the margin of error that these drivers are going to have to do.
We'll be going into the pits.
Yeah. Austin Shoby, he's another fast driver. I think we've seen a few drivers with a little bit of bad luck, as you would call it, poor luck in qualifying, sometimes at the start of the race. But Austin's one of those ones who's, he's had a few bits of contact early on in the race, and he has climbed his way back up towards the front of the field. Another quick driver.
And we've got Poisson dropped another quick lap, up 2 tenths from the last one, I think. 17.6. There's time out there still.
Poisson is fast, and I feel like we haven't seen him yet with clean air in front of the car.
Right.
We've seen him having to fight his way back up the grid, and this is going to be our first opportunity to see how he handles being at the front. And again, the start of this race could be chaos.
Right.
It's going to be tempting to...
Especially turn 1 around the fountain.
Especially turn 1.
Yep.
I anticipate everyone to play it smart. So far, everyone's played it really, really smart. I think, we have some of the most intelligent drivers in all of league racing here. today because they understand that this is a 40-minute race.
Right.
They're not going to win it all in lap one. But it doesn't mean they're leaving anything on the table. They are plenty aggressive when they need to be. We've seen some fantastic overtakes and dives into corners which you don't typically see. Overtakes that could result in absolute and utter misery. And they've done it very, very well. Last week at Laguna Seca, we saw a couple overtakes into the top of the corkscrew. Early failures, but late triumphs. And we'll see probably a lot more of that today as well.
I love the sound of the Mustang. Oh, get close to that wall.
So let's see if we can get our standings before we can get into the race. That way we can see where everyone's living these days.
And it's been pretty close.
It has been close. I mean, we're running the IMSA point system, so the points are high. But I like it. Gives everybody some points. Gives us some high numbers. Little screenshot. I overlooked doing our normal graphics. Sorry, guys and girls. So as it stands, Ryan Woods is in P1. 1,147 points. Just in front of Jonathan Persson. So those are going to be our two championship contenders today. I think it's 300 some odd points.
Right.
For the win.
Yep.
So Jonathan Persson can overtake the lead depending on where Ryan Woods ends up. Taylor Jacobs out there also as well.
Just
Jacobs,
as much in the fight.
Just as much in the fight. And he's only in third. We got 2 more races left to go.
Yep.
Austin Shoby as well in P4. 875. And not too far behind them, we got Sergio Orestes in 5th place, followed by Amethyst Reese in 6th. Lewis Holloway in 7th.
5 points there.
Nathan, and I was given the task.
Rondo.
I was given the task of, he hasn't confirmed his last name yet, and coming up with the most out there rendition of his name. We were on Rondo and Rondot, and I was told one of those is right. We were told it was Irish.
Okay.
So I think we are going to say, because he's not here tonight, and this is our only time to pronounce his name. And I was trying to think Irish. So in
Roundu.
In P8, we've got Nathan Roundu.
Roundu.
Okay. Roundu. Okay. It's completely wrong. I know we've said it once. I've never fucking said it that way. Anyway, 9th we've got Ryan Lindsay, and 10th we've got Shay McNeely, who was one of the early contenders.
Oh yeah,
and he's unfortunately not been able to make it out
in the first race of the season.
He did, and he was looking good
big in the second and the third, I think, because we missed him in the second.
Yeah,
had him in the third.
Yeah,
did a wonderful job.
Yeah. He's not far behind. I think at this point, based off of the points, unless he aced qualifying and aced the race next week in San Diego, he's kind of out of it now. So we'll have to talk to the drivers and see if maybe there's a better schedule we can give them. I know we've got people all over the country. We operate here out of the West Coast, and the whole idea is to run on a West Coast server because a lot of times we don't get that luxury. But we'll figure it out. And then P11, we've got Javi Sierra, followed by Adrian Gutierrez in P12. Victor de Guzman, another local driver here in San Diego, in P13. Rick Mogstad in P14, and then rounding things out is Mitch Crowther in P15. I know Mitch was busy last week. He's had a little bit of bad luck. He was at Road America 6 hours.
Okay.
Last week when we were at Willow Spring.
I'll see you, Mitch.
Yeah. We'll have to. Maybe he can work his way up because right now he's in P5. Maybe he'll earn his way up to a podium. Mitch is a fast racer. He can work his way up the field. So maybe we'll ask him about his whole Road America 6-hour experience. Hopefully it was better than mine on iRacing.
So right now we're looking at about 3.5 tenths or so between first and second place.
Ryan Woods did finally find a lap into the 17.9. Poisson's got the pole position right now at 17.5.
Yep.
Not far behind is Jacobs with an 18.3. Reese in 4th. Crowther in 5th. Shobi in 6th. Holloway in 7th. Orestes in 8th. And then Lindsay in P9. We're down a few drivers tonight. Yep. We're all working professionals.
Hey, that's fine. And, to be honest, Long Beach can be chaos sometimes.
Yes. Yes.
To say the least. So
I hope we get more people for San Diego. It's a newer track. I'm sure.
Talk about a little bit of chaos.
That's gonna be an interesting one. So that's the checkered flag here at round 5 qualifying in the racingcockpits.com Pacific Cup by Camber and Caster from the streets of Long Beach just before sunset. Look, there's that Wyland photo. Did you see they painted over the Wyland photo?
What's there now?
No, not this one. In Texas for the World Cup. That's a whole big thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wyland
had a big old painting on one of the buildings, and FIFA came in and just fucking
painted over it.
He says no one told him there's a lawsuit going, but we've got our own Wyland here at the streets of Long Beach. And that's qualifying. Our field is set. Jonathan Poisson takes pole position. I think that's his first pole of the season.
Right. Quick tonight.
Ryan Woods in P2. Jacobs in P3. And it's basically how we left it over. And the top 3 are right there together. Remember, in the championship standings, Ryan Woods is leading. He's got Jonathan Poisson just behind him, and Jacobs is not far behind. They are all in the hunt for this championship.
Yep.
If something bad... Oh, Sergio got a lap in last lap change.
Did he
Sergio Orestes pipped Lewis Holloway to take over P7.
Okay. Wow. That's what we were waiting on.
That is what we were waiting on. That was it. So now the drivers will be gridding up, getting ready to start the race. Maybe a little bit of TV. Yeah. Once we get some people out there, we'll get them back on. Everyone's starting to go there. Sun's starting to set.
Yep.
On a beautiful day in Long Beach. California's always got good weather. That's why we're out here. That's why we pay the weather tax.
Oh, the sunshine tax.
It's just a deep tax, man.
Hefty tax.
But it's worth it. It's worth it.
It is, but whenever we don't get it, I'm not a happy person.
Yeah, I don't mind. I lived in Portland for a while. I like the change in weather. I like overcast. I've got, I'm half Mexican, so I brown really fast, and I've got expensive tattoos I want to have last as long as possible. So I'll get out there, though. Get a little bit of sun, a little bit of vitamin D. People do get depressed when they have no sun.
It's totally possible.
Look at the Northwest, man.
You got to get out. You got to touch grass, as they say.
Fuck touching grass. Touch asphalt. Go to a race.
Yeah.
Go support a race.
Touch asphalt.
Don't
touch grass. Touch asphalt.
Go touch asphalt. Touch some gravel.
Yeah.
Touch some curb.
A little bit of mud.
Smell the brake dust. Smell the clutch. Smell the exhaust.
Yeah.
I hope we have ICs as long as possible because the electrics just don't sound the same.
Well, it's just,
They don't smell the same. It smells like burning battery. That's what you get. Is that burning battery smell.
It's just a lot more efficient with the combustible engine.
They are, well, that's that's debatable about efficiency, but I would say they're more, they're more pleasurable to watch. All right, we should be going here soon.
40 minutes around Long Beach.
It's going to be a long race.
It'll fly by. This is not a boring racetrack.
No, this is going to be...
It keeps your mind busy.
A mountain of action. Especially because I know the top 3 are capable of racing really, really clean and really, really hard. So I feel like they're going to be patient, be ready. Not the full lap. I thought I said everything to do the full lap. Maybe Long Beach doesn't allow you to. I think I saw that. We'll see. I got to change up the pace car. I thought I had it as a different one. We're back in the BMW. What should we do for the last race? What pace car should we run for the last race? Porsche?
Did we do the truck?
We didn't do the truck.
The truck.
Let's do the truck. It is a military
base. Do the truck.
Let's do the utility. Let's do the truck. Dirty track out there. We're already kicking up some dust. Now, this is going to be challenging because they're going to come around the turn 11 hairpin.
And it's all there.
And it's
on the leader.
It splits up the field. It splits up the field for sure.
We'll see right here.
Also, one of the craziest.
Oh, we got a little check up there. Did we have a little tap? I don't think so. I don't see any damage on the back
so far. We are just about ready to go. Green light, and we're on our way to round 5 of the RacingCockpits.com Pacific Up by Camber Caster. Already, Poisson has gotten a good start to this race. They stay as they started 1, 2, and 3. I think they're going to settle in. They're going to let things warm up. They're going to be nice and patient.
You might as well because, it's not exactly hot.
There's nowhere to pass either.
And the track is tight. A lot of demanding corners. Let's get the tires warmed up before we do anything crazy at Long Beach. That should kind of be a standard here, I think.
It should be. It should be. And again, I've done nothing but praise these drivers for, good reason. They've all been so patient. They've all driven so well. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that today. And it's going to be an absolute blast to see these people race. 39 minutes to go. Really, probably the cleanest start to a Long Beach session that I've ever seen in sim racing or real life. Because even in real life, those drivers, they're not afraid to put the car where it needs to be.
Oh, no. I mean, especially when you're in a sprint race like this, where you don't have a lot of time to, fill the car out and then find out what adjustments need to be made, go back to the garage, talk about it with your team, make the adjustments, see how they play out, maybe make some more. None of that's possible here. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm wondering if maybe we throw in a mandatory pit stop. I kind of like it with that, at least for these sprints. I like a mandatory. A pit stop is okay, as long as it's not the random yellow flags that we've seen.
We don't need the yellow flags. I mean, I think at some point, if we have a bigger field, we can work out a yellow flag system, but it's going to take a lot of effort. We'll definitely need more staff if we're going to start running yellow flags, because we're going to need someone to run race control for us.
So the field is, to be honest, pretty even right now. Nobody within half a second of each other. Everybody's just kind of getting their tires warmed up. I think there's not a lot of runoff here. I think they're just worried about, running off.
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm not going to lie, it is tricky to pass here. But I think these drivers have the intestinal fortitude enough to make the moves when they need to make the moves. And it's just going to come down to someone making a mistake in the right spot. We're still going to have a close, exciting race. They're settling in. This is what you want to see.
Right. Nice, clean start.
And 40 minutes is a decently long race. I think a lot of the races,
a lot of time for gaps to close out.
Minutes. People are going to get tired. The conditions are going to change. The sun's already gone down. Yeah. Like we're already getting dark here. A lot of that has to do with the cloud cover. It could draw back in there. We could get some more of that light.
And just watching through that fountain section, it's so important that you don't overdrive the car into that fountain area.
Yeah. Let's take a look at our weather conditions and track conditions here, see what we're working with. Currently 71 degrees, 74 degrees track temperature. So not a big difference between the ambient and the track temperature. It is a cold track, which is going to give us good grippy conditions because it takes longer for the tires to warm up.
Oh yeah, and I think that's what we're seeing here. Like we're
Amethyst is starting to pick away.
Going a little wide. It's just a little bit
at Shobi.
I think it's just because of the cold tires, and it's taken them a second to kind of.
Well, I think she sees an opportunity there, and she's testing the waters. Going a little deep, but I see the ambition there. Partly cloudy, low winds, 3 miles per hour. Out of the south and only 58% humidity. These are some of the most perfect conditions you can see in all of racing.
So right now we've got Lindsay behind Shobi, and this is at half a second. This is going to be the closest.
Well, this is Lindsay behind Holloway.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not Ryan Lindsay behind Lewis Holloway.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Little Ford versus Ferrari action.
So who's behind Shobi?
We got Amethyst behind Shobi.
Oh, I see what's happened here. Oh, that all makes sense. I switched when I saw Holloway in front of Lindsay, and I was like, oh no, I have made a great mistake. Still, closest gap on the track right now, under half a second.
Well, and we're also seeing, we've seen this before from Ryan Woods. He gets a clean out in front of him, and he's able to open up a pretty massive gap. Now, we do know that the AMG is good on the straight, so maybe that's where we're going to see him, recover some of that gap. But I feel like we haven't seen Poisson out in front and in a clean position. He is fast.
Haven't. And Poisson has gotten wrapped up in stuff a couple times.
He has.
Not necessarily to his fault.
No, he just got wrapped up in everything. We've gone all season. We've had no penalties.
Right.
I've had no reason to penalize anybody. It's just been good, hard, clean racing. So the gap is holding. A lot of times what we'll see out of Ryan Woods is he'll figure it out. He'll figure it out and start to find the time where he needs to find the time. And he's not one to sleep on, for sure. They do have a sizable gap to Jacobs in P3. So I think this is going to be our fight for the win today. Now, with the pace that Jonathan Poisson has, we could see lap traffic, and that always comes into play. A lot of times you only see lap traffic come into play when you're looking at a multi-class session. Here we're all GT3 open setup, so you can do whatever setup they want. And it could be that Poisson has mastered the setup for Long Beach, and maybe Woods hasn't quite got it dialed in. Gap is growing 2/10 more.
Yep.
That lap.
And right now, this is still going to be the closest battle that we have on track. As it looks like Lindsay is maybe just trying to figure out where
he is. He's testing the waters.
Possible.
I oftentimes tell people who are new to racing or new to driving that, it's a mental sport. It's like 95% mental. And you have to look at racing as high-speed chess. You're going to want to understand what your competitor's doing, where he's making his mistakes, where she's making her mistakes. You're going to want to pick your opportunities when you know you have the best chance for success. And it could be this corner, but not quite yet. Maybe every time Lewis hits that corner, it goes a little bit deep. You want to put him under pressure, wait for that mistake, wait for your opportunity. It could be like 3-4 laps later. It could be 10 laps later. It could be the end of the race where he finally makes that mistake into that corner you've been anticipating for. But that's where the skill of these drivers really, really shines. Don't let the positions fool you. These are top 10 drivers in a 20-car field.
Absolutely.
Our full field is 22 drivers. And, there are no slouches out there right now. These are our top drivers in the championship who are out there battling each other.
We got Reese slowly kind of starting to close in on Shobi a little bit. Gap's around half a second.
She's got it in her. She does. In the fucking rad She-Ra livery. But one of the things I've noticed about Amethyst is she does tend to start to push a little bit too much.
Right.
A little bit overdrives the car just a tad. And so we'll see a few small mistakes. Nothing big. Nothing that would upend the race, but enough to lose a 10th here, lose a 10th there. And when you're racing equal competition, it is all about being perfect.
Right.
Because that one lap where you slip up by just a 10th, you're potentially losing
hit a curve the wrong way, went just a little bit too deep in a corner.
Exactly.
A little early on the gas. Anything,
Yep.
So Gap's had, was 6/10 here, maybe 7/10. Well within tow. We got a long straightaway coming. I think this gap keeps getting shorter.
It does.
Every time we get to this point. It's a little hard to catch a good tow right until about here.
Well, and we're in the other fight we're seeing too between Lindsay and Holloway. I saw him get real close into Lewis,
right,
through the technical twisty bits. But then that Mustang, that raw power, that straight line speed of the Mustang just takes off on him.
Well, you can see here the Ferrari. I mean, I wouldn't say that he's sniffing the back bumper or anything, but he's definitely
no, he's there.
Glued to the back. He's there.
And he's catching him in like the last few corners, and
right.
8 and 9 is where he's starting to catch up to Lewis.
I bet you it's tough to get up the Mustang
in
that corner.
It is. I think Lewis is going to do a good job of holding off. Lewis is a good, consistent driver, and I think what we're seeing is the Ferrari is great in the tight technical sections. Oh, let's go over to Reese real quick. She's starting to catch up there. Ferrari's good in the tight technical stuff. The Mustang just has that straight line speed, and they're long straight.
So here we are. The last time we came around this corner, the gap was at about 7/10. We're at 5/10 now in holding. We weren't in the tow before. We most definitely are now, as I'm watching the Delta fall.
Well, and we've got another sandwich. We've got a Corvette on Acura on Corvette sandwich. Mitch Crowther.
That's a unique.
You don't see that too often. You don't. Mitch Crowther is another great driver driving for the Skidmark Racing team. You can probably see his logo pop up every once in a while. He does Mittens liveries. If you need a really rad livery, go hit up Mitch and Mittens liveries. He did their livery, of course. Always puts good stuff out there. He's a good livery designer.
So I think something happened to... Yep.
Oh, we lost Lindsay. Let's see if we can catch that.
So we were following into the back.
So this is into turn 10.
Did we get on the
kind of a sketcy turn here? It's a difficult one to manage.
Got on the gas
through here.
Yeah,
oh, just spins it around the hairpin. And what happened? I mean, it looked like he had damage.
He had quite a bit of damage.
I don't see where that damage came from. It must have come after that. Interesting.
Right now we've got Amethyst still sawing away at that gap. Where the gap's at 6/10 now, coming around the start-finish line.
Well, apparently Poisson is camera shy because he's got now a 5.4 second gap
cruising. Listen to that Lamborghini
on Ryan Woods. So we might not be seeing too much more of Jonathan Poisson the rest of this race unless he does something out of character and sends it into the wall. Something.
I mean, typically the only time we've seen him in any issues is when he ends up getting wrapped up in something with somebody else.
I don't think we have to worry about that. Everyone's been good about traffic here. They know the blue flags. They know the etiquette.
Such a nice car.
Don't give me that. Oh, it's not F1. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, you don't see a lot of Lambo drivers these days. This is also an old platform. I think they're on the, what's the new one called?
That I'm not sure. I should.
Yeah,
that's the V10.
Completely. Well, it's a hybrid. I think it's a hybrid.
The new one.
Yeah. It's hybrid. Getting lost.
I wouldn't doubt.
That one just ran away from my brain. That one's going nowhere.
So I wonder if anything's going to happen here. I mean, we've still got a lot of race ahead of us.
We do. And this is the most patient I've ever seen a field at Long Beach. And it could be just the fact that we're down to literally our top 9 drivers, and they're just...
The gaps are just...
the gaps are there. I think we'll still get excitement. You know, the RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup has not failed to give us excitement.
Oh, no, it's been great. We've seen some great racing. We've had some funny moments. We've had some good close racing.
Well, at least we get beautiful scenery because the clouds have shifted. We've got the sunset back out there.
Oh, that's always nice. The sunset, racing at sunset. I mean, come on, who doesn't like that?
Oh, it's the best. Because again, Well, not really, but Long Beach is one of those courses that doesn't have track lighting, which is something we're going to play with outside of the league. We're going to, if you don't follow us, go follow us. We're on Camber and Caster on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, Camber X Caster on YouTube. Also, make sure you follow our wonderful league sponsors, purveyors of some of the finest simulator cockpits you can get. They're the ones that we use here at Camber and Caster. Go follow racingcockpits.com. Racing Cockpits on IG. They're on YouTube. Give them some love. If you need new sim gear, go buy it from them. They're a great group of people, a great company. Absolutely bend over backwards to make sure you're set up properly. But yeah, we're gonna have some special non-league races. They'll be free races, free for the community.
That's a good idea.
They're gonna do some fun stuff. They'll be part of our Nocturnal Combustion series, which will tie into our podcast, which has been a hiatus while we're doing this.
I know we should get back to that probably.
I think we'll put out a teaser episode. We'll do that tonight. We'll do a quick teaser episode. Say, hey, this is what we've been doing. We're gonna have one more league race, and then we're gonna be back to our regularly scheduled Nocturnal Combustion.
Are we?
Yeah, every Thursday. So I think we're gonna move our free. We're gonna launch Free Play Friday with Nocturnal Combustion. It's gonna be every Friday night. And it'll be some freebie stuff. It's going to be fun stuff. It's going to be stuff that I'm going to have fun broadcasting. I'm going to get out there and drive. So I won't be commentating, but we'll be on mic doing our thing.
So I do notice the gap between Reese and Shobi is opening. The gap between Crowther and Reese is closing.
Yeah, Mitch is gaining on Amethyst Reese. I think maybe Amethyst had a few little wiggles, a few little wobbles.
Is there any damage or something? Do you
I don't see it. I don't see.
Is there a back bumper on that thing?
She's got her back bumper. She's got all her junk in that trunk.
Looks like, that back bumper is just blacked out perfectly. You see it just looks like.
Yeah,
okay,
there's a lot of open area on the back of the
orifice.
Well, I think the thing is we're so used to the back sides of all these other cars that we haven't seen the ass of the NSX in a long time.
Unfamiliar ass.
Have you ever seen? you ever seen those either shirts or art or whatever people get? Cat people get where it's like just the cat butts.
Cat people. Yeah, okay.
I'm a cat person. I'm not gonna hide that, but we should do something there. I'll leave that one in the fall. We'll do something in there.
Gap's in under half a second.
Mitch is gaining ground. I'm starting to wonder if maybe Amethyst is starting to do a little bit of defensive driving, which is opening up that gap to Shobi.
Well, surely you got to be thinking about it, because just a couple laps ago you were on the attack, or you were at least trying to be. I mean, the gap was under half a second at a certain point. So,
well, I've also been watching the timing tree. We'll stay on this fight for now, but Jacobs is starting to claw his way back up to Ryan Woods. There was like a 2.5 second, almost 3 second gap there not too long ago. And Jacobs has gotten that down to 1.2, 1.1 seconds. So I think we're going to get another fight for that second step on the podium.
We'll have to take a look, keep an eye on that gap. If it gets real interesting, we'll hop over for now.
I will say the McLaren is quick on this track. These mid-engine cars are quick at Long Beach.
They are.
And that's another AMG out there. Sergio Orestes is in the other AMG. He's doing okay, hanging out there in 7th. All these drivers are gonna get a good haul of points just by being out there. New fastest lap for Poisson. Oh my God, what is he doing? 17.9. He's in 17.9s at race pace. And we are just about to the halfway point. So he's got more pace to find.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's probably another half second there.
Well, I mean, he is
between now and the end of the race,
building up almost a 10-second gap. I mean, that is frightening.
Oh yeah,
the amount of pace there. And we could see the same thing going into San Diego. We could see another battle of the mid-engine cars, but I don't think so. I know the Mustang is quite dominant.
I was going to say, I feel like the front engine car is probably going to be what's best there.
I think we're going to see because this is also not just for bragging rights, for championship rights. This is for cash money.
We said if it got interested, we would head that way, and it has.
Oh my God, he's gotten it down to
at
7/10
3/4 of a second.
What the?
On Mr. Ryan Woods.
I don't see any damage on Ryan's car. I think that's just the pace that we know Taylor Jacobs has.
Everything on the rear looks okay.
No, I think he's fine. I think this is just the pace of the McLaren as it starts to,
really
burn off some of that fuel.
Yeah. Starting to show off some of that speed. I mean, McLaren
Taylor's catching him. This is going to be close. This is going to be absolutely close. Now, I will say, Taylor does tend to be one of our more aggressive drivers. I think if there's anyone who's going to go in and take a position away, it's going to be Taylor Jacobs.
Well, we're about to find out what's going to happen here, because this is now the closest battle on the track, and it's under half a second, and it seems like it's going to stay that way. Jacobs has done nothing but close this gap over the last couple laps, so it means that there's some real pace there.
There is.
So as long as he keeps doing what he's doing, I mean, it's got to happen at some point. It's inevitable, especially if he keeps getting great exits like this, lining himself up out of these straightaways.
Well, he was
into these straightaways. Gap down to 2/10 now.
He was 3/10 faster on the last lap. I mean, so they're not far off. It's one corner, one little slip by Woods, and then he's got that position. I will say the McLaren is really good through turn 11 on that tight hairpin. But this is where we see that straight line pace of the AMG. This is where it gets tricky. Because Jacobs definitely has, the pace through the turns, through the technical stuff. And Ryan Woods is just able to eke out the slightest bit of advantage on those straights. Absolutely close last lap, 0.02 of a second between Ryan Woods and Taylor Jacobs. They are fighting it out.
And this might be,
I mean, depending how this goes, we want it to stay
What do you do if you're Jacobs here? You kind of just sit on this for a minute, right? I mean, it kind of helps you with tires just a little bit. It's not that flex fuel is going to be a problem. It's not like that you need the fuel. To be honest, the less fuel you have, it's a sprint race. The less fuel you have, the better. So,
and it's, they still have just under 18 minutes left to go.
So do you hang out here, or do you go ahead and press the issue?
Look, it depends on how you feel in the driver's seat, right? Now, if you know that the car ahead of you is holding you up, you don't want to be held up for long, because what we have happening now is Shobi is starting to catch up. Shobi's dragging Reese and Crowther just behind him. And, you want to get
it's a big race.
You want to get ahead of that car if that car is holding you up.
Well, we are going to see Mr. Woods try to stay alive for another lap. So far, he's not been making it look too bad. I mean, he's kept the gap pretty. There's at least a car or two worth of a gap between. I think we saw 2/10 maybe for a short period there. But, I mean, as far as defense, he really hasn't had to go super defensive. But to be honest, Jacobs hasn't really sent it. Not that he's had the opportunity to or anything, but
he's testing the water. I mean, he's scraped the wall there, so he's pushing. He's pushing. He is having to put the car at its limit to keep up with Ryan Woods, who is a fast driver. We've also got Mitch doing the work on Amethyst.
Right now, we've got these two close battles on track. Eventually, something was going to happen, right? Now we've kind of let everybody settle in. People are feeling comfortable with the pace of their vehicles.
Yeah. Well, and this will be an interesting one, too, because I know Amethyst does drive for Skidmark Racing's endurance team from time to time. They are good friends off track. Can that friendship hold up if something goes awry?
I'm sure they've turned several laps together on iRacing.
Oh, yeah. They know each other quite well.
So racing each other, I mean, I would expect,
Yes.
it'll go well.
Yes.
Still watching that gap. Jacobs is trying to close on Woods. It's at 0.6 now, and it seems to be holding there. Right now, these two gaps are about even. You can see a small jump under half a second. It looks like Jacobs might have made up some ground that Woods wasn't able to there, as we're steady under half a second. Coming onto the back straight.
He's definitely putting Woods under pressure, for sure.
I mean, listen, I'm not, at the level that Woods drives, I don't think that it's necessarily, an issue or a problem.
No, I don't think so either.
But
I don't think
you do start looking in the mirror. Because you need that awareness. And, I mean, even that is just a little bit more stress than you were dealing with a couple minutes ago when the gap wasn't as close.
Absolutely, because any thought you take away from the track in front of you does count. Like, we're doing the fine margins in racing. Before I started racing, and getting into just racing in general, but once I started sim racing and doing a couple track races, I did, a tenth feels like an eternity now.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're speaking of a tenth of a second, that's nothing. That's nothing. Like someone who doesn't race and understand being this tight on the margins and being this close to the edge, you tell them a tenth of a second, they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's nothing. It doesn't matter.
You can feel a tenth of a second.
You could. It's an eternity now.
Yeah.
I can feel hundreds.
Yeah, I mean,
I can feel hundreds of a second now.
It's definitely a learned thing.
So, and it goes back into why I love racing, and there's a lot of philosophy in racing. You look at some of what Stephen Hawking used to talk about is our perception of time, right? And then there's all this talk of time travel. Does time travel exist? Well, he spoke of time travel and that existing in terms of our perception of it, right? And one of the things he talked about was when we're younger, our perception of time is only based off of 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, next to nothing. That's why when we get older, time feels like it goes by a lot slower. It's because our perception of time has increased. Now, saying that inversely, in contrast to that, race driving turns you to a bit of a time traveler, because now
there we go. Okay, I was wondering.
I had a path.
Okay, I got there though. I like it.
So, race driving turns you into a bit of a time traveler because you're able to see things much faster than anybody else does, and that could mean the difference of a win or a loss. And so when you take that ability to see tenths and hundredths of a second, you're seeing things faster than your competitor does.
Yep.
Now take that methodology, take that ability, which you can only get from sim racing, take that ability and translate that to being competitive in the business world, being competitive in the dating world, being competitive in your personal life. You're fucking winning every time. And you can't get that anywhere else other than racing. So if you're out there watching and you want to improve your personal, professional performance, let us teach you how. We're putting together a program to teach people how to improve their lives and be high-performing human beings through the art of racing. So keep an eye out for that, cambercaster.com. And on the social, we'll announce that. But hit us up. We can make you faster on track. We can make you faster in life. And nothing else can do that. Nothing else can do that. And we are still having an incredible race here
our gap under
between Jacobs and Woods. The gap has grown between Crowther and Reese. I think Reese has picked up the pace, but we're seeing Reese start to catch back up to Shobi. And
I think between those two packs, we're going to see something before this sucker's over.
We will see something.
And, I'm going to be honest, just the way Jacobs was able to close the gap, which, by the way, speaking of gap, Poisson has got an almost 16-second gap.
He's gone. So he's gone. I told you, he's going to be camera shy today because we're not going to have a lot to show with him.
Max Verstappen said at the Monaco GP one year, I should have brought my pillow.
Yeah.
That's the kind of race Poisson is at, because I'm telling you what, he is just...
Well, that in and of itself can be challenging because all you have to do is...
just bring the car home.
Bring the car home.
Whatever you're doing, it's working great.
Well, and if you're not, engaged enough, you could... It's like when you're driving the same route every home from work and you kind of, almost fall asleep at the wheel, but you're not. You teleport again, time travel, teleport towards the end of the race, and you lose a little bit of concentration because you're not doing much other than lapping for the next 10 minutes. One little mistake, and Long Beach will punish you with those mistakes, and suddenly you've lost it all. But we know Poisson's not going to do that. I haven't seen anything from Poisson all season long that would give me any indication that he's not going to take this win home with 60 seconds to go. But there's his camera time. We'll see him again at the end of the race, at the start-finish line, when he takes that checkered flag, unless something really bad happens. The battle between Taylor Jacobs and Ryan Woods is still tight, real tight. I think it's just a matter of time before Woods makes a move, because now we're down to the
Jacobs.
last. Jacobs makes his move.
I think so too, because he's hanging in there.
He is.
It's not like this. He had a couple of good laps. His tires were really in window. He's losing away from fuel. No, he's hanging out.
He is hanging out.
So
He is. I mean, it could be a thing where it's down to the last corner, in all honesty. And do we see a last-minute bit of desperation out of Taylor to go make the move for P2? Still a good haul of points for him. This is going to make the battle for the top three, who are the cash winners at the end of the season. Top three win cash money.
And there is just over 1,000. Less than 1,000, actually.
They're close.
Just over 1,000.
There's only one thing that's tighter than those lap times.
What?
Dolphin butthole. That is a deep dark reference from a Millennial ass movie.
I haven't seen that movie.
It's from Airheads. You ever see Airheads?
No.
Brendan Fraser,
No.
Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler. They play a band that kidnaps a radio station to get their demo tape played.
Gonna have to watch it now.
And the line is, "You guys got this place sealed up watertight like a dolphin's butthole."
Kind of makes sense.
It's watertight.
Still holding at half a second.
You were in the Navy. Did you ever get a chance to work with the Dolphins? Our
No.
Tactical Dolphins?
No, I worked kind of close to them, but not really.
They're there.
Ever.
They're there.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Well, not for long. But
No, I mean the program's over. But it's not rad in what we've done to the poor Dolphins.
But I mean, it's like pretty rad.
When I say it's rad, it's not because we're using dolphins for the military. It is the awe in which another species on this planet's able to be
They're
as
smart.
smart, if not smarter than us.
So are seals.
Mm-hmm.
So this gap is just getting. If anything, it closes up under half a second into the quarter second range, and then it opens back up to half a second.
It closes, it gets tight, it gets loose.
Just like
A dolphin's butthole.
There you go.
Do you want to know another dolphin fact?
Go ahead.
I think they have what is called a cloaca, right?
Okay.
Don't they? Like a chicken, like the birds do. So all the stuff is inside the one hole. Or do they have separate?
I have no idea.
Exits.
Oh,
Here we go. Here we go.
Tired of waiting. Stuck
Now
his
we're
nose
starting
in,
to see it.
Said hello, hi, just in case you forgot I am here. And then let it go. Just let it be.
Well,
Probably the smart thing.
It was like I was saying. I think it's going to end up being turn 11, the tight hairpin.
Right.
But now he's starting to make the moves. He's testing the waters. He's
just to see what happens.
Well, he's deciding on whether or not he can go in late on the brakes on the inside.
Right. I mean, there are some passing opportunities on the track.
There are.
You just kind of got to be. Everything's kind of got to be in the right place at the right time.
It does. It does. And I think, that's one of the tricky things we see, too, is we do have a field of responsible drivers. When you have these drivers that are overly ambitious, who don't know how to defend, who don't know how to attack, they'll send something into a corner that's completely egregious and fuck up the race for whoever they're racing against unnecessarily, because that messes up your race, too.
As we're going to go onto the back stretch here. Gap's at 3/10. It's closing. The toe is in effect.
It is. Well, and then Mitch Crowther also closed the gap up to Amethyst, because there was a minute there. He's over a second behind. He's gotten down to 8/10. I've seen a couple sectors where he's been down to 6/10.
So what's going to happen here? We saw Jacobs poking nose
trying
in
to go
last
tight.
lap.
He's trying to go tight and really push it there. I think what he's got to do is not try to go so tight on the inside. Go a little bit deep. Get the better exit. Because I think the real opportunity is turn 1.
Right.
Is turn 1. So if he could sacrifice some of that entry into turn 11, get a little bit deeper, have that better exit, have a little bit more speed into turn 2, that's going to be one of his better opportunities.
Well, setting up for that straightaway coming out of the last turn on the track is huge.
It is.
Because that is, just probably a mile, if not close to it.
Yeah.
Of just straightaway.
Well, also, it's a tricky corner, and you're having to really, really trail brake as far as you can.
Because you need to carry speed.
You're giving it the most steering angle of probably any turn in any track.
And you got a curb just hanging out in the middle of it.
Well, also, you're having to really quickly transition from, yes, there's nothing but wall there, too. You clip the wall wrong, and you're throwing out your rear wheel geometry, and you're done.
Well,
you're done.
Before you know it, we're on the back half of the track again, down the back straight. Again, gap still at 3/10 between Jacobs and Woods. Closest gap on the track, the Crowther-Reese gap, is going to be at 6/10 currently.
I mean, he's right there. Good exit this time. I think he's going to stay a lot tighter.
Oh, yeah, we're going to see. We might see something here.
Woods trying to break the toe. We're going to see a defensive shape from him here. He's going to stay towards the inside, towards the middle. He's going to make a late loop over to the right for his entry.
He decided to stay patient in turn 1. Probably a good idea. He was still a little ways out.
I mean, there's a mistake right there, but you can't take advantage of that mistake through this section.
So you got to be smart.
There's no room to. And he's definitely getting in the mirrors of Woods. He's trying to throw him off his game.
Well, at this point, if you're Woods, you can't make a mistake.
No.
If you make a mistake, he's going to go right by you.
And it could be something as simple as a little bit too much throttle out of the fountain, because you do kind of roll the lip of the landscaping that's right there. There's a lip that's kind of does a pretty good job of helping you through there, but a little bit too much throttle, you're throwing that back end out. And he's going for it now. He's trying to make that move on the inside. That's not really the right move. You'd want to be coming up the inside there. Being patient. He's got a good exit. This is, little hard on the throttle. A little bit of wiggle, but I think he's right there. He's got that toe. But again, that straight line speed of the AMG is hard to contend with.
And I mean, he's staying in the toe, but that's about
it. He's got to make a move at one of these corners. They only have 2 minutes and 47 seconds left. That's probably, I would say,
about 2 laps.
3. I think it's going to be another 3 laps. I think we're going to see another 3 laps. 2 and then the white flag.
It all comes down to this.
It does. Shoby's starting to catch up as well.
Yeah, and the longer that these two kind of battle, or the longer that Jacobs poke and prods Woods at least, it's slowing them both down.
Yep.
So, obviously you can see these two cars battling. That car in the back, it keeps getting closer and closer. That's because it's under a second now.
Yeah.
So now even that car is within a toe, and some of these straightaways are long, but they're just not quite long enough for a toe to really affect you.
They're also not straight.
They're not. They're not exactly straight. Yeah, they got a
little bit of angle to that dangle. It's not a nice straight.
Well, I'll tell you what, gap's under half a second now.
Well, Shoby's also caught up.
So we might, ladies and gentlemen, have just walked our way into a 3-way battle here for what would be podium and what it would come down to with Shoby involved. So let's see what happens.
This is getting really spicy. One thing you get in Southern California is great Mexican food, the best Mexican food outside of Mexico. You can't beat Southern California Mexican food, and the thing that makes it great is the fucking hot sauce. We got the best hot sauce out here. It's getting spicy. It's getting hot. This is RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup in Southern California, Long Beach. Let's go.
Is going to be.
I think we're gonna have one more lap after this. It kind of just depends on how far ahead Woods is. They're so far behind Woods, we might have 2 more laps.
We're going to have to see. I mean, surely these guys don't work as hard as they did to get these gaps this small or this short, this close, to not try anything. But the thing is that they can't quite get the gap there to really make it an appropriate move.
We might have one more. I'm trying to do math. I'm not a math person, but I was trying to figure out if that 22-second gap was enough to give us a... Nope, we are on the final lap.
Is this the white flag here?
That is the white flag. So Poisson has crossed 23 seconds ahead.
And so that's the race.
This could be the race.
On the final lap.
Poisson's on the final lap. The rest of the podium contenders are about to cross for the final lap. So this is going to be the last lap.
So we do get one more racing lap.
We get one more racing lap, and then it is done, dusted. Long Beach is about to be concluded. What will we see here? Are we going to see some patience? Are we going to see these drivers, just accept their fate and say, this is what it is? I don't want to end my
I think at this point, I think so, just because, they're smart drivers. They're safe drivers before anything. And that's what it takes, to finish races and to compete. So, hey, maybe if somebody messes up in front of you, you really see an opportunity, sure, take it. You wouldn't really be racing at that point if you didn't. But, doesn't need to be anything crazy.
We could still.
We could, absolutely.
I mean, Jacobs,
we get a good exit here from Jacobs. He's worked so hard the entire race to close
There's
that gap.
the checkered flag. Too much action.
Oh, yeah.
On the podium. We'll stay here.
Okay.
Too much action here.
About 20.
You never know. I don't think anything's going to happen. But this has been some exciting racing. Again, a little bit more straightforward. No chaos this time. But I think that's the way the cookie crumbles. Our race winner for the RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup is Jonathan Poisson in the Lamborghini. We knew the Lamborghini was going to be fast. Oh, he went a little bit deep. I don't know if he was doing donuts or what he was doing out there. Ryan Woods in P2. Taylor Jacobs in P3. Austin Shoby in P4. Amethyst Reese in P5. Mitch Crowther in P6. Sergio Orestes in P7. Lewis Holloway in P8. And rounding out today's field is Ryan Lindsay in P9. Ryan Lindsay had an early exit. Oh, they're lining up. Let's get Jacobs out there. We've got our podium lining up. Oh, Sergio just threw it into the wall.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Let's see. What are they planning there? What are they planning?
I'm not sure.
Did they leave? Did they leave?
I think so.
We're back on Scenic. Let's go to TV. They're still out there.
Oh, we're just getting some sick burnout.
Nice 11Zs, as the Brits like to call them.
No big deal.
Oh, there we go. There's a little spin.
Another great night of racing.
Some celebrations going on there. Another podium for Woods. First win of the season for Poisson. That could upend our championship standings. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm not going to close early like I did last time and lose our replay and then ask someone for it. Let's see if we've got updated standings here. We should. And we do. Ryan Woods still holding on to the lead. Not by much. 14.99 for Ryan Woods. 13.47 for Jonathan Poisson. Taylor keeping in the game. Still has an opportunity to win next week if things don't go the way of Poisson and Woods with the 12.71. Then we got Austin Shoby and Sergio Orestes rounding out our top 5. Another great night of racing.
Oh, yeah.
Once again. Fan-fucking-tastic. Well, we've got our podium lined up for their interviews, so we're going to go ahead and quickly switch over to that. Hopefully everyone's ready. Damien, I will see you on the other side. Well, you're going to hit. Are you want to stick around for podium interviews?
I'll be here.
He'll stick around for podium interviews. So let's hop in, and we're going to go ahead and take a gander at our podium and talk to our winners and our podium winners of today. Great racing, everybody. Congrats, Jonathan. On this, I believe this is your first win of the season. You've had some adversity so far in the RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup. You've always fought your way back up. This is you taking a pole to a dominant victory. I think we're at 22 seconds, 23 seconds gap
like that.
by the end of the race there. and then some amazing racing between Taylor Jacobs and Ryan Woods, our podium sitters. So let's start things off with our winner, Jonathan Poussin. How's it going, my man?
It's good. I'm obviously very happy with that performance. I mean, I
Crushed it.
think I'm mostly proud of just 0x. No incidents in quality, no
Man,
incidents during the race,
that
never
is
a moment.
that is a
Um,
win amongst wins, especially at a track like Long Beach, where it's real easy to just make a little bit of contact with the wall.
Well, the Lamborghini looked hooked up.
It did. We were talking about it in qualifying. We thought the Lamborghini was going to be the car to beat, and you proved us right.
Oh, yeah.
What was the most challenging thing out there? I mean, it seems like you just kind of took off and went out there and started lapping. And sometimes that can get a little bit challenging when you're just out there on your own lapping. I mean, what were some challenging things you saw today's race?
I mean, the beginning had me nervous. Historically, Ryan Woods has very fast race pace,
Yes.
and I was like, oh no, like the first 3 laps I saw starting to make a bit of a gap, and I'm like, this is going to be a shootout to the end. But I heard them say there's an incident behind, and then I looked and I saw you started falling off. So I was like, all right, I just got to stay focused here. But I just kept trying not to look at the clock, trying not to look at the delta, just head down. I have a lot of time on this track. I've actually never done a race on this track, but I've used this track for other league qualifiers. So I have a lot of time hot lapping this track.
And
But
it shows. Those were some lightning quick times. Anytime you're getting in the 17s, you are fast. Great work out there. So now we'll go into our P2 of the day. Ryan Woods, man, another podium, another haul of points. You're still in the championship lead right now. How was this race for you? I know we were watching a lot of your action because Taylor, you had a bit of a gap to Taylor for a while. He just worked his way up. Did you have like an incident or something, or was Taylor just kind of figuring out the car?
Yeah, this is like my arch nemesis of a track. So I got wheel damage on like the third lap, pretty bad wheel damage.
No.
So I was kind of just like trying to survive for a little while, and I kind of figured out how to drive it like that. The times dropped way below. My luck here is crazy. Like I had an big endurance league race here last year. I got pole and my pedals broke on the formation.
Oh
so
no!
Like I was thinking about that the whole time. I was like, dude, I'm just cursed here. So best result I could have done possibly. And I was watching Jonathan's quality lap. I'm like, yeah, I can't even break 50 meters close to where he's breaking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I knew it was just going to be a damage limitation race.
Well, the mid-engine cars are just so solid at Long Beach, but I think we'll see another tight race next Thursday in San Diego because I feel like the front engine cars do really well there. I feel like the mid-engine cars do really well there. We know Jonathan's a fast driver, and that's for the championship win next week. You guys are really close on points, so looking forward to that. We couldn't tell that you had any wheel damage. Obviously, you felt it in the car. Man, hopefully you guys can keep it clean next week. Win a C2 race, and then finally, Taylor Jacobs getting back on the podium. Is this you've been on the podium with us already this year, right, Taylor?
Yeah, I was podium at Portland and then Willow last week.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor's, you're not out of the hunt either, my man. A bad set of circumstances for anybody up there, and either one of you can take the championship. We've got a solid three-way battle for the win for the first inaugural RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup. Excited to see it, man. You caught up to Ryan, so obviously we found out now that he had wheel damage, but your lap times, I think, very, 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 very close. We saw.
Oh yeah, they were within like
a
thousandth, just about.
And we were trying to figure out where you would take your opportunity, and it is tricky to take opportunities here at Long Beach. There's a couple spots where we thought you were going to take it over. What were your closest opportunities to try and take that P2 away from Ryan, and what held you back from it?
I mean, honestly, I think the thing that held me back was just, I mean, we only have one more week left after this, and I mean, he's leading the championship, and there's no sense taking some unnecessary risks. I
Mhm.
was okay with a P3 tonight after the pace. It's kind of what I was hopeful and expecting for, but yeah, I mean, when you get to that hairpin, you're right up on him, and
Yep.
then
Yep.
they just get a good exit, and these cars in the tow, or at least the McLaren I was in with the setup, just wasn't enough down the straightaway, and
Yeah. That's kind of where we saw in
not really
Vildas.
one of those
Yep.
I'm ahead at the apex people. So
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
it's yeah, no, it was good. I was like I was telling him, that was probably the most fun I've had, like racing wheel to wheel in this game in years. So
Yeah.
that
Well,
was cool.
we had an awesome time watching it. Fantastic driving from all three of the
Thank you.
drivers on our podium.
It's awesome.
I've been really impressed with everybody this season. It's everything I could have asked for launching this league. Is good, clean, hard driving. No one's holding back, but no one's doing anything stupid, and we're seeing some of the most exciting league racing I've seen ever. No one's really taking it, running away with it other than Jonathan tonight. But yeah, fantastic work, guys. Congrats on the podium. Next week we'll be heading to San Diego, Qualcomm. How are you guys feeling about this one?
I've driven it quite a bit in some of the Formula cars, but like mainly some week 13 stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I definitely need to get some practice in. But it's a cool track. It's very big, but
Huge.
it's a cool one.
No, geez. Yeah, I gotta get my mom a call and get her credit card so I can buy it and see what it's all about.
Oh man, love to hear
I
it.
bought it. I bought it specifically for this. So yeah, I don't even know how it drives. I don't even know.
It's
Just don't set your hopes too high.
You know.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's an interesting one. There's some design choices that I think I would revisit. But once you get a hang of it, it does have a good rhythm. It is a long course. It's gonna be another Long Beach. It's all wall. There's gonna be a few opportunities with some. Actually, I think there'll be a few more opportunities here for overtakes. I think it's good in that sense. But definitely get that seat time in, please. Get that seat time in. We'll throw up some extra hosted sessions this week for everybody. I'll do one this weekend and maybe one more before our official hosted, so everyone gets some seat time in, race around each other. Because I want to see this three-way battle. I know all our viewers want to see this three-way battle because it's been epic so far. We're gonna see another good one. But good luck, guys. Congratulations. We'll see you all next week, and we will see everybody else who's still watching next Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time for the racingcockpits.com Pacific Cup by Camber Caster. We're going to have round 6, the final round of the championship. Comes down to the wire. Three-way battle for the win. Damian, what a race, man.
Yeah, that was a good one.
A little more straightforward, but when you see these straightforward races that don't have a lot of chaos, that's exactly what you
got to see. Pace. You got to see people pull out pace.
Yes.
This
is where skill reigns supreme.
Yep.
Another fantastic one. We'll be back again. And as you know, when you're heading out on track, you're going to have cold tires and cold brakes. What do you got to do, Damian?
You got to warm them up.
Got to warm them up. See ya.